Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
So, what'll it be? That it?
Sid, your new companion appears much more formidable than your uncle. Should I be worried?
You haven't been introduced.
Jill, Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dalamil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although, you're a little late. They left with our food and guild days ago.
Any idea where they went?
The desert's a big place. Your guess is as good as mine. But the fact is, I have more immediate concerns.
What did you say to me? What did you say?
Ah, as if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus about how to solve Dalamil's little problem. And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits which prove to be our undoing. It will be our own. I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the Desert Hare has limits.
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Sid. And you won't have wasted much of your precious time if you fail. They're just across the courtyard.
Suppose we just follow the shouting.
Get it, boy!
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood, it's the only way. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls as a lesson to the rest.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more? We're better off using that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandits' ire. And you cannot fill empty bellies with that. Do you hear me?
But what happens when they come back? Maybe it'll be your throat that's slit.
That's enough. Both of you. Any more of this and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
Victor. What's he doing here?
Sid. And Lady Jill. What brings you here?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Costness is in chaos, and the markets have all but ceased to operate. The Briar's Kiss here in Dalimil is the only place I can reliably obtain supplies. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought I might be able to talk some sense into these fools. But if you're here, I suppose his patience must be waning.
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way as Costness. It's these accursed skies. The darkness is enough to drive a man to madness. Or an entire city, for that matter.
We're still working on the skies. But in the meantime, perhaps we can find a solution to Dalimil's problems.
I hope so. For all our sakes.
So, you see my predicament?
What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid. And with good reason by the sound of it. But if left to smolder, that anger and fear could set the entire town alight.
My thoughts exactly. What to do? Both sides wish to protect their homes and livelihoods, if only they could agree on how. But as long as they are divided, we are vulnerable.
And if there's one thing bandits like, it's an easy target.
What would Sid the Outlaw suggest?
Well, if it were my namesake, he'd let them choose for themselves, and be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. But perhaps that realization would be enough to make them question the ingredients. While it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance the other's proposal, it may still be possible to make them doubt their own. Before presenting them with a third option.
And that would be?
To pool our resources and save the city ourselves. Why fight each other?
When all that fear and anger can be directed at the bandits.
It appears we have a plan of action. Victor, pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't convince him of his folly. I'll speak with Natalie.
As you wish.
Your faces are not well known in this town. That may prove useful. Don't worry, Victor and I will do most of the talking. You need only play along.
Play along.
What he means to say is yes.
Picture it, Conrad. Ah, here she is. The Lady of the Spear herself. Conrad, may I introduce you to Jane, commander of the Red Wings, the oldest mercenary guild in the Free Cities.
A pleasure, my lady.
The pleasure is all mine.
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canver to inquire about a contract.
Victor says you told him no. That there aren't any men left to hire. Is that true?
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Red Wings. You know of the 7 high houses. There must be 2 swords assigned each one. Granted, we have a few boys left. If it's boys you're looking for.
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dalamil's finest cannot defend this town better than a gaggle of unblooded striplings? That a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of your brave men than you yourselves?
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards who they're dealing with.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Conrad's not what you call the brightest candle in the crypt. And there's a reason why I had you do the talking and not Sid. Well played, my lady.
Then let us band together and show these brutes that Dalimil is not to be trifled with.
My shop. Why would anyone do
If I had my pickaxe, I would...
I mean, it may still be possible to buy some. Ah, here he is now. Natalie, allow me to introduce Lord
Underhill?
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord, and how you...
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty, but that...
Indeed, sir. The nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of barley, and it is only a matter of time before the...
It is worse than I thought. If what Lord Underhill says is true, and while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade our more bellicose, which means that now, more than ever, if our humble town is to endure not only this...
All right, if it will help to protect my home. But you needn't have gone through this charade.
Thank you, Clive. Your performance was nothing if not workmanlike.
She saw right through it.
I didn't say it was good. Merely that it... Now, my scouts should be returning shortly. Meet me back at the Briar's...
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
I don't know. Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
Mummy, I'm scared.
Oh, I'm ruined.
Good news, Sid. Both Conrad and Natalie have somewhat with time.
Time no longer appears to be the luxury.
I take it you're...
Technically, it would be the bandits who found my scout. All.
You're not sick.
They don't just want food.
I'm told the bandits march in 2 groups. One from this...
Very well.
The rest, mistakes I can see.
That is a lot.
Then it...
I thought
We'll hold them off.
And we...
The women folk have come to welcome.
I'll take that one.
He's all yours.
They mean to overwhelm us. To me, Flames! Now, Corporal!
townspeople. Could they have held out?
I don't hear any fighting. What do you think?
That we should hurry.
Natalie, you did well out there.
Without you, there would... You saved us,
We all said...
Conrad seems to have had...
I'd say they both...
I take it from your presence that...
The plan worked. Granted, it only took an army.
Calm now, Victor. Why, we are united. As for you, Sid...
I'll take that as a compliment. First, we find Isabel.
Heard a bloke saying he saw ghosts on the far side of the wall.
I saw it with my own eyes. The whole of Oriflamme under a flood. Then we're next.
I can't do it. I can't. But you can.
My lord. My lady.
We received the dame's message. There have been sightings of strange creatures.
With the blue eyes. They've taken so many.
A cat.
And what of your mistress?
Oh, no.
Then we'll look for her.
We could leave.
Madame, please!
Half the garrison's been slaughtered by those things.
We've tried requesting reinforcements, but there's been no word. What more would you...
I would have you do your duty, and protect them I shall. Because they are my charges. In case you have forgotten, the people... But more than that, they are your sisters, so you have a choice. Lay down your sword and watch as they are...
She speaks the truth, yet this here.
What we have left is our lives! Do you really want us to lose them?
Not if we don't have to. Look, there's a cask under the captain's bunk. Let's talk about this over a drink, eh? I'll have a word with him.
Ah, Clive. I didn't expect help to arrive so quickly. And sought to take matters into my own hands.
It was a noble effort. But I thought you might still need some support.
I'd like you to consider my needs.
What we need to consider is where the creatures came from.
The way the survivors speak of them, one would think they appeared out of thin air. And perhaps they did. It's hard to know what to believe these days.
We'll talk to the survivors.
that thing...
Did you see the
creature? They came out of nowhere. They went for
Do you remember where you...
On the road from Oriflamme.
It's all right.
It's all right.
Give me your arm.
You're a pikeman, yes? What happened?
I've got family in Moor. I heard the flood, and a pack of them glowing things found me in the meadow. I ran for my life. I never did get to the village.
Leave that to us.
At least we have an idea of where the thralls might be now. We should head for more.
You're safe. I'm sorry, darling.
truly am.
It was all they could do.
No
to
use calling
escape.
Ambrosia now.
They just left the bodies there in the flood.
Clive, look.
I see them. With me. All yours, Torvald. Get him.
Should I prime?
Save your strength. Go for it. Stay down. Stay down. Nice try.
Do you think there are more?
There are always more. But I'd say we've done what we can for the time being. You have the town's thanks.
Don't thank us yet. There will be more.
Oh, we shall. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Philippe here has convinced most of the men.
Hearing that... It's not the most selfless of motives, I'll admit. But whatever it takes, eh? Now me, I never needed convincing. I became a soldier to protect the people I love. And the people I love. Now, if you don't mind.
Lest you wonder, I'm not foolish enough to believe that this is solved, but it has solved one. And
What can I do for you? I do like a customer who knows what he wants. And a fine...
This man's gonna die if we don't get him to a healer.
But all our beds are taken.
Martha. It's good to see you.
And you, Clive. Jill?
Otto said you'd been attacked by a Kashik.
Those skies are what happened. Not there were hundreds of them. Tried to storm the hill. Oh, the rest are still down there now. And while...
What do you think, Clive?
That we join the fight.
I thought you'd never offer. Now, where I need you is the Fallen Gate. Let the men know...
We're on our way.
Do you think there are as many as Martha says?
More.
You don't think they've abandoned us, do you?
Them not. Not a chance.
Clive, wounded.
We deal with the Akashic first.
These men don't have the look of hired swords.
If you've come to rob this place...
You are mistaken, my Lord Rosfield. We're here by Madame Martha's leave.
How do you know my name?
Forgive me, my lord. There wasn't time for introductions. We're with the Guardians of the Flame.
Wade's men? But how did you come to be here? Where is your commander?
Sir Wade left earlier with a scouting party to find out where the Akashic were coming from.
Did he? Take your wounded back. Martha will see your look.
And to think you took them for thieves. A fine reward for...
When did Wade and his men...
Not long after Rosalith fell. The Guardians asked me to shout they were making ready to leave just as the skies turned.
Martha! Trouble! The scouting party's almost at the lift. But they got a pan! They got wounded with them!
Damn it all.
We'll worry about them, Martha.
You look after everyone here. If any can still fight, send them to the lift.
I will. You two be safe now.
My brothers. Shh, don't try and talk.
Mad dogs. The lot of them.
Squire, I need you to get those who can still walk up the lift to Martha's. But what about... I didn't ask, Oscar. Sir.
So Wade.
Lord Rossfield. If you aren't a sight for sore eyes.
Martha seemed to think you might need some help. And by the looks of it...
We thought we could sneak by them. But we didn't know there would be so many.
Behind you!
Damn it!
Do you think we can...
We can Are you with us, Sir Wade?
Always.
Then let's do our duty.
Get him!
That's better.
Is anyone hurt?
I don't think so.
And yet again, you've pulled me from the flames.
You've never been one to shy away from danger, Sir Wade. Like any shield worthy of the name.
I see you're all in one piece.
Martha!
Is something wrong?
The lookout saw smoke coming from down Eastpool way.
A second.
Feel like finish.
Always.
Jill and I will make. You'll need to move the...
Don't you worry.
The moment
Just patch me up as quick as you can and get me back out.
They're headed for the rest.
We have to slow them down. Martha and the others won't be ready.
Something's coming.
Apologies, my lord. Did I miss anything?
Only the first round, Sir Wade. Shall we? Do you see any more?
No. I think that was the last of them.
But it won't be long before the next lot arrive.
Then we make for Martha.
What did you find out there?
The same as...
Well, wherever they came from, hopefully we'll have enough.
How many of your...
A damn sight less, and if you...
It was a hard-fought victory. But as long as the skies remain dark, I fear the Akashic. It's not a matter of if the Horde will be back, but when. The inn here affords a good view of the land, and is easily defended.
What do you say, Martha?
Well...
My lord, there's someone I'd like you to meet. Oscar, over here. It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Rossfield. I am Oscar. Oscar of House Murdoch.
Murdoch?
Oh, he didn't. But his brother, my father, did. Well, go on, then. It's not for me to ask him. Yes, Sir Wade. If it please you, my Lord Marquis, might you take me as your squire? I would learn the duties of a shield from...
But I am a shield no longer, and spending time in the company of an outlaw hardly seems a...
My Aunt Hannah once told me that a man is not defined. You have accomplished much since taking on the mantle of... And I would sooner serve under an honorable outlaw than an unworthy shield. Not that Sir Wade and the other guardian... It's all right. We know. There is only so much the boy can learn from me, my lord.
But a squire...
Would that really be so bad? You were a squire once.
Know that I'll show you as much leniency as your uncle showed me.
I would not have it...
Our friends seem to have things under control. For now, at least. Let's go and put Otto's mind at rest.
How may I help you today, Clive? Best of luck out there, Sid.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Aye, it's a dangerous world out there. You're rubbing me blind, you know. Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
Was wondering when you had ours from all our friends thanking. How is it you always manage to arrive?
Luck, I suppose. Any word on the...
Let's see. The nations are still in chaos, and the skies are still...
Right.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Now's the time to visit...
Thank you, Otto.
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, 'twas not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive.
You are different. You're special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit. But they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind?
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. It is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
I'm sorry. Inside you?
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find a means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Joshua.
Clive, it's Gav. There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
Well, what's the short of it?
I thought Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The City Guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map. Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, bed is where you should be bound.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
All right, we travel together.
Clive.
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
I'll look after him.
My attendant was with me in the Dominion before I primed. She would have watched the battle unfold and witnessed its outcome. I trust you'll be waiting for me in Tabor, where I can finally introduce you.
Back again? What is it that you wish to learn?
Tyre's right. Your brother is in no condition to travel. That's all I'll say on the matter. It's Mid, Gav, and your uncle we should be thinking about now.
Oh, the moon.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be fun?
Sid, perhaps...
I can certainly try.
It's not who, but what. I borrowed them to teach the little ones. My first thought was that they'd... which almost...
Perhaps...
I don't... They weren't...
Seems the hideaway has
Oh,
lost its
blasted
appetite.
book. Here,
Are you sure it's...
I'm all the... You remember it, so I thought I'd try make...
It wasn't a straight...
Yeah, but this is my blimmin'...
I've never... So,
A fried mortress of recipe seemed only...
Yvonne said that...
Ah, kindly old...
Fine, and if it...
You do...
Lawsman Harpocrates.
Valis, the young man, did a...
That's actually why...
Now,
Dragon liver.
one would have thought, I believe.
So it's...
Saint, I get my best hand.
What am I gonna...
Is everything... You seem more...
Oh, I don't know what... Oh, I think...
It's all right.
Oh, Forker saying she's been selling to bandits and cut, but she'd never do business with baddies. I wanted to ask her about it myself, but she'd...
Don't worry.
You let...
Of course. Lady Karen.
Not nearly as...
You're doing good trade, then?
What exact... Not once in 5 long years do you pay my...
Just... all right.
Oh. Are you?
All I know is that someone in Dallam...
And what? You... Look. I've done things I'm not proud of. But that woman is no more. And you know that.
You're right, Lady Karen. It was wrong of me to...
No. I reckon you've got better...
Of course. I spoke that the rumors were unfounded, and that along with some other things. And while it sounds like she may have...
Oh, I knew none. But why would people...
No, but people do things...
Well, that trader. So that's where I'm going.
Are you sure that's wise?
Oh, but that...
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his own son's spear.
We're all gonna die! You hear me? The Akashic are coming and they won't...
What do you reckon we should do? I say...
Sid!
Hard at your studies, I see. It's not a set of...
No.
Well, not...
And just how long?
We're so...
But we didn't break them.
Just like Miss Mididol.
Miss Mididol? Why?
Because that's the only way to...
Miss Mididol said... The best way...
Well, then your work is already half...
The taking apart was easy enough, but...
Speak for yourself. The heavy thing goes at the bottom.
You three need to learn to take... So let's have a look at these parts. All right. Every piece has its own role to play. If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. You already know one of the pieces. The body. Its role... This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is? It doesn't look much like an arm.
You're right. It looks more like...
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid?
I'll think about it.
Hold things.
Good thinking. These round parts are called the pans.
I do. Molly, but these aren't for frying bangers, you idiot. They're for... But what if I wanted to weigh goop?
What are the chains for? Holding the pans up?
Well spotted. Which means something must hold. This tiny piece is what's called...
I have. Miss Mididol's dungeon is full of them.
She puts them in all her inventions.
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move.
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple.
It's not my fault. You should...
You know what part's supposed to move and how it's supposed to move, so...
Not a bad idea. So, now that we've...
I think we've got...
Then here's what we'll do.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body.
And the arms go on the body, just like... And then the arms hold the pans by the...
Very good.
Yes! We did it!
Well, with Sid's help.
Oh, I just put the pieces together.
That's right. Women...
Her hair.
Yeah. Hair's for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so...
What do you think, Sid?
With a little more help from Miss Mididol and Miss Shirley.
You hear that?
Until then, though...
Hey, look! We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you? Didn't happen to forget anything, did you, Sid? Didn't happen to forget anything, did you, Sid?
Is a storm coming, Sid? Would it?
Well?
It was as you thought. They dismantled them to see how they...
Ah, no,
Thankfully she won't. Although I was the one who ended up teaching...
I'm so sorry. I shall see that the children...
Please, there's no need. She'd have them follow in her foot.
I see. Sid, do you know...
She told me it was because her studies had been interrupted by events in Canva.
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. To anyone else it would be an opportunity. But to Mid, who lost both, but that should come as no surprise. She's only...
Which explains... She's working to give them a better life.
Ah, you've given them far more than that.
Gav and the others could be in danger as we speak.
You're right. I'm sorry. Yote is a fine scout.
The bandits may be no more, but look what they've left us with. We've a hard time,
It shouldn't be too hard to find goods.
Are the bad men going to come back?
The gentlemen of the town guard are a strapping bunch.
Could be I know something.
Clyde, I found someone who says he's a...
Have you?
Go on.
All right. It's like I said. A wizened old crone by the name of Karen's been set. Says the more swords and spears she puts in people's hands, and the more war being waged. And who will they... Why, the good...
And you've seen this...
Aye, you'll find her right here.
Here in Delamere. Where exactly?
She has a stall here in the... But it'd be a bolder man than me. Feeling bold. Now, if that's...
Sorry to...
You don't think Nan's the...
Not unless she's discovered the secret of how to be in two places at...
Eh?
Lady Karen hasn't left the hideaway in weeks.
Good question.
And I'll visit this store.
All right.
You too, Goods.
The finest cell swords in store.
If only everyone here didn't have to...
How the hell did
What a mess. Where do we even start? You fought very bravely.
The safety of the town is in our hands now.
Time to brave the Viper's Nest.
Just you, is it?
It was a fairly... So...
That's a dire slow, boys. He's all...
Leave now and we can pretend this didn't happen. Go on.
When the Borgwin finds out you've killed his... He only wanted that bull of a manservant. You weren't even.
What were you going?
The Borgwyn wanted. I was only supposed to point the lamp in the right direction. But then you, well...
You're not worth the effort. I need to find Goot.
Get your filthy paws off me, you...
Stop calling and stop
For they are not lies. Every...
Goot.
He's got it. He said she had to pay him.
After what she did, it is only right. That loathsome harpy's very existence is a crime. Goots was only with you. Run along now.
No.
No.
I don't care what she promised me, or I'll...
Goot, no.
Enough!
But how did you?
You're a sight less clever than you think you are, the pair of you. Did you think I wouldn't notice the two of you? Well, the whole thing got me thinking, who in Dalimil might bear me? Though it was just Bogan. But I thought the years might have taught you some sense. What was it with...
You?
Everything! It was all... And now you'll
Goots, you...
If you want a piece of Nan, you'll have to go...
You out of the way, So, you remember what you told? An eye for an eye? Wise words, Sam. Wise words. And now, it's time to collect. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Is he...
Dead? No. But it isn't easy going through life. After all, I shouldn't.
You don't mean...
Oh, don't tell me you didn't notice. Lost it to old Wet Legs back when we were working the same routes. Said I'd stolen from his strongbox. I'd done nothing of the sort, mind. But that didn't stop him taking his little revenge. So took some of my own. Sorry, lost everything. His coin, his clients. Always knew he'd be back one day to claim his due. But he crossed a line dragging poor Goots into this. He didn't hurt you, did he?
No, Nan. Still got all my arms, see? Legs too. But what if he comes back again?
What if he does? First we take the other eye, then we work our way down. He'll learn his lesson soon enough. But something tells me the Wet Legs has learned it already. Right. Let's get you back to the hideaway. You've attracted quite enough attention already. Ta-ra, Clive.
Remind me never to cross you, Karen.
were ghosts at the gates, not Daisy.
Hippocrates said I should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers. Should be easy enough to spot. This must be our wyvern. All right. Let's get this over with. That's the wyvern's liver. Now I just need to find the herbs. Bright yellow with a heady scent. I think that's everything Molly needs to resurrect her recipe.
Seems the hideaway has lost its...
So...
I did.
And what precisely?
Blueback white.
Ah, now then, let's hope these And here we have it. Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption. Well, I say offered.
And rightly so.
So...
What? The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. Yet, it is a tour de force. A force of nature, even. A maelstrom of flavour and sensation.
I think he likes...
I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking.
Decent. Sid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and women?
I'll give us some...
Nothing like a dish of cold vengeance to foul the...
I didn't mean... I just thought I had to...
Aye, well, someone had to. Your parents certainly didn't give a... Reckon the both of us would be worse off. You've always been, and I'd have you stay that way.
Well, I will. If you...
Why, you bit fine.
Thanks, Nat.
There's nothing he wouldn't do for you.
That's as maybe. He'll need to start looking out. Till then, he'll need people to watch his back.
Of course.
Stop it. I don't go thinking that'll do you any favours.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into tyres?
Rutherford. Where would he be?